What's up, everybody? I'm on a road trip right now and wanted to take this time to talk to you guys about the pluses and minuses of the mobile detail business. I started my business, I filed the paperwork in December of 2007. So I've been in the mobile detailing business for coming on 12 years now and have learned a lot from it. And today I want to talk to you guys about the pluses and the minuses of the mobile detail business. Number one, I'll get right to all of the good stuff. We'll talk about the pluses first, and then I'll talk about the minuses. The pluses, the biggest plus that entices the most people to get into the mobile detailing business is low overhead. It's a low startup cost. Anybody that has a pickup truck can slap a power washer. You can have a car and a bucket and a couple microfiber towels and maybe a buffer, or, some cleaner. You really don't need very much to start it. Now, the more successful you want to be in the business, you're going to have to invest it, but it is something that someone can do a very low investment. Just put a little sticker on the back of their truck, Crazy A's mobile detail or whatever, and no licenses or anything, and they could still get phone calls, and they can be aggressive too. It's something that people can aggressively solicit, like, hey, do you need your car detailed? It's an easy entry fee. So some of the other pluses of mobile detailing is you have a lot of freedom. You can create your schedule. Now, your success is going to depend on your schedule. If you create your schedule where you set your boundaries and you set your limits where you're never available to your clients, your success is going to be very limited. But the cool thing about the mobile detailing business is you're self-employed. You can set your own hours, and it's a very easy entry fee. Another cool thing is if you are good at detailing and you're a good detailer, you can actually make pretty good money. If you can get details done quickly and efficiently, there's profits to be made, and you can make a pretty good living without a college degree. It doesn't require a college education, even a high school diploma. If you're a hustler, you work hard, you can do a little bit of basic math skills and make sure that you're charging more than your overhead and you're paying yourself decently, you can actually make a pretty good living. Some of the other pluses are you can really pick and choose where you want to work. You can choose to go wherever you want in the mobile detail business. You can kind of, start up shop and shut down shop pretty much anywhere. Some of the minuses, and there's lots of different pluses. You meet a lot of cool people. One of the big pluses is all of the cool people that you have the opportunity to meet. I've been in front of multimillionaires, billionaires, had some great conversations, and really learned a lot from some great people that I would have never met if I wasn't mobile detailing. And mobile detailing was kind of my access point to get in front of some really cool people, some very influential people. Without the mobile detailing business, I would have never been able to do that. Some of the negatives of the mobile detailing businesses, and there's a lot. I only touched on a few of the positives because I've been doing this for almost 12 years now, and the negatives are pretty heavy. So number one, I will say that this is definitely more of a job than this is a business. There's a reason that you don't see any mobile detail businesses franchised in all 50 United States like McDonald's or Burger King or even other companies, even like Stanley Steamer, or another service business, a carpet cleaning business, is big enough and it's profitable enough where they've been able to franchise it and grow it to all 50 states. And I'm going to get into some of those negatives and some of those reasons of why nobody's been able to successfully grow a mobile detail business and be in all 50 states. The low entry fee and it's a low overhead to get in the game, there's a lot of competition. So no matter how legit you are, you're going to be competing with guys that are just getting in the game. And a lot of mobile detailers, they're not very good at doing math, and they're selling themselves short. So the general customer base is really spoiled, and they're used to getting $200 complete details where a guy spends 6 to 8 hours for $200. And if you're billing $25 an hour and then you spend another $40 to $50 on supplies, so take $40 to $50 off the 150 hours, and you go work 6 hours at $30 an hour, and then now you need to pay for insurance, a vehicle, overhead, your travel time to get where you're going. It's the detail business in general, not only mobile detailing, but just detailing in general. There's very tight profit margins, and that's the same reason that you don't see any detail shops that have franchised out to all 50 states. Not only mobile detailing, but detailing in a shop as well is a very tough business. So travel time, mobile detailing, the big things where I've gotten burned is my travel time. You get traffic, and especially if you're paying other people to help you, you have people on the clock, you're traveling to an appointment, and customer cancellations. A lot of people don't respect detailers' time. Not only will they cancel, but they'll also make you wait. I don't know how many times I've waited for 15 minutes at a gate and have someone on the clock, and I try to keep high caliber people on the clock. If you try to get some minimum wage guys on the clock doing this work, you can do a lot more harm than good. That brings up another point. You can create a lot of damage. One of the downsides to detailing is there's a lot of chemicals and a lot of methods that are a double-edged sword, and if you don't know what you're doing and you're not a professional, you can cause more harm than good. And a lot of these like paint jobs on these RVs that I detail are literally worth more than my entire business. And so the liability, the risk versus reward is very low. Yes, you can get in the game easy and you can make pretty good money, but it can all be screwed up really quickly by bad weather too. Bad weather is another huge variable. I've had literally weeks and months where it just rained, like sometime no matter where you are, whether you're in Arizona, South Dakota. I've had entire months where it rained every day, and we maybe got a couple wash jobs. Some people will still want to get their stuff clean just to get the bugs off and get the dirt off in the rain. But you're at the mercy of the weather. So if you want to try to polish a coach, dust, wind, debris, smoke, all those variables. Another variable is when you're a mobile detailer, you're working outside. That makes it very dangerous. Working in the extreme heat, 4 or 5 years ago, a buddy of mine that's in the mobile detail business ended up in the back of an ambulance because he was overheating, and he was taking time to go sit in the air conditioning and drink Gatorade and drink cold water, but it was just too much heat, and he ended up his body just stopped functioning, and he ended up in an ambulance. And that's one of the other big things is working outside. You're exposed to the conditions, whether it's cold, heat, you're at the mercy of the conditions. Some other minuses of the mobile detail game is it's very hard to find good help and to be able to pay them enough. To be able to pay someone well, that you can pay them a livable wages in 2019, you've got to be able to pay someone $15 to $18 an hour, plus, if they're going to want to be able to live somewhat comfortably. And I think that someone that is highly skilled, that is doing hard physical labor that nobody else wants to do, deserves to earn a living wage. And one of the problems is people have this mentality that car detailers should just give a high school kid a bucket and just let a high school kid handle it, or a college kid, and it's an entry-level job. Well, you've got to realize I have a decade of experience into cleaning RVs and cars, and there's just so much that goes into this. There's a ton of knowledge and experience, and I tell people, you're not paying me for the 30 minutes that I got it done in. You're paying me for the 10 years that I know how to get it done in 30 minutes. Because if you try to have a high school kid do that job, it's going to take him 3 hours, and he might damage your car as well. So just a lot of obstacles in the mobile detail business. I've been doing it for a long time. I'm so thankful for it. I've met a ton of people. I've made a decent living, but I've outworked everybody I know. I don't know anybody else that does physical labor outside in extreme conditions for more hours than I do in any other industry. I'm sure there's other people that do work harder and more hours. I've got buddies in the oil fields and stuff that I'm sure are in worse conditions, but that's capitalism, and that's part of business. Definitely this business is not for the weak-hearted. If you guys have any questions about the mobile detail business, go ahead and drop a comment below. I have a ton of respect for anybody that can survive in the mobile detail business because it is one of the hardest industries out there. Appreciate all of you watching. Hope you're all having a great day. Make sure to subscribe.